Big Bang Theory, a show that when it originally started, I actually really enjoyed. I started hating it when Sheldon became the main focus of the series. That's also probably why I don't like young Sheldon, because I don't like the character. He's one of those characters that is fine in small doses, but when he's the main focus, you really don't like it anymore. It's like a lot of people complain about Pirates of the Caribbean because they don't want Jack Sparrow to be the main focus of the series. I feel that way about Sheldon. He's okay in small doses, but when he's the main focus, I don't really care. So I figured I would cover the ending of it, because hey, why not? So, did Big Bang Theory go out with a bang or with a whimper? In my opinion, it went out with a pop. It was alright. It did show some character growth, and it had some nice moments, and something that people have been waiting for 12 years to happen finally happened. So, here is some spoilers for the final 2 episodes of Big Bang Theory. And basically the only points that are actually meaningful. The rest of it is just, typical stuff that you're going to see in any other episode. Because, yes, the show will live on in syndication like 2.5 Men and all the other comedies. Yes, Sheldon and Amy win the Nobel Peace Prize. And Leonard slaps Sheldon because he thinks he might be dreaming, so he slaps him. There was a whole comedy theft beforehand about wanting to slap him and who gets to slap him. And people have been wanting him to be hit by somebody for years. Ever since he took over, I've been wanting someone to hit him. It's like my favorite line from the series was when he woke Leonard up in the middle of the night, showing the computer screen. What do you see here? The blunt instrument that will be the focus of my murder trial? Because he was going to murder Sheldon. And I always wanted that to be the ending, like a CSI crossover, where the CSI characters come in and who killed him, they couldn't take him anymore. That was my funny ending to the series, because it was just that, he was that annoying. At least to me. And then, the whole show goes off normally, like what you'd expect from the series. The elevator works. It's used more as a, not jump scare, but like a jump take. Probably was more like the word for it. It's not used as like the ending, like they all should have got into the elevator at the end type thing. A lot of people want them to do that before they closed out. It's just used as a scare because Sheldon doesn't like how everything is changing, and then the elevator starts working after 12 years, and he doesn't like that part. And the next episode, this is actually episode 24. It was actually a 2-parter, not a 1, like I thought it was. Where Amy gives a little speech about her speech about accepting the award is that stereotypical woman, hey, young girls, if I can do it, you can do it too, speech that all women give who win awards, basically. So it kind of renders their speeches pointless when they're all the exact same. And then Sheldon ends up ditching his long speech about how, I did it, you didn't, proving everybody wrong, and actually gives credit to the people who helped him out throughout his whole life. His family and what he called his second family, the Big Bang cast. And he thanks them all, and he acknowledges their achievements. And then he thanks Amy, and they win, and then they go back to the apartment and eat like another day, except for now Amy and Sheldon have their Nobel Prizes. It was a very humbling speech. It was probably something that Parsons probably didn't want to read, because as he is the fact that the show is ending, because the writers don't think it could go on without him, even though I've proven with the other episodes that they can. If you cut him out, some of the earlier ones from this season, episode works perfectly without him. So they could have had Sheldon fall down the elevator shaft, or blow up, or kill himself because he lost the Nobel Prize, and the show would have gone on perfectly fine without him. But they ended it anyways. And and his whole thing about, I'm the only important one, and nope, you're not. You had to be humbled. The other achievement, which I can't get an image for because, well, as anybody watches like the Orville's recaps or something like that, TV Time is a very bad app. They promise you good things. Hey, look, a guy with a small penis. Yeah, anybody that revs their engine, if you don't know, psychology means that he has a small dick. It doesn't mean anything else. It's just small dick. He's trying to tell the world that, hey, look how small my dick is. I'm making up for it with a loud ass engine. But I can't show this. I can't show the scene of Amy and Penny go out dress shopping to buy something to accept the awards for, and Penny has to have her dress let out. And why is that? Because she's pregnant. It was an accidental pregnancy. They weren't planning on it. It just happened. And now that she is pregnant, she actually wants to have a child with Leonard. And it gets spoiled on the airplane because she doesn't tell anybody, and then dumbass thinks he's going to get sick and we're going to ruin his day, the greatest day of his life, if she gets him sick and you can't catch what he has because she's pregnant. Oh, okay, that's fine. And he walks off, and everybody else is so excited for her, and he just doesn't care because he's a self-centered asshole. The reason why you want to hit him. And that was the series finale of Big Bang Theory. As I said, it was more of a pop. It did have a really nice character building speech from Sheldon about how, he's not the most important thing in the universe. He wouldn't be anything about the people around him. And the few gags that actually didn't land, someone finally hitting the asshole. And the character development of all the other characters, and how they had changed from episode 1 to now. Episode 1. Sorry, the dumb thing on rotate for a second to get the full thing for the beginning of the episode. Episode 1, they're all awkward nerd, the guys, and now Raj has discovered that he has to love himself first before he can actually find somebody to love. Sheldon has learned that he is no longer the center of the world. Leonard has learned he has to stand up for himself and that people will love him for who he is. The girls. Penny has learned that she has to put other people in front of herself. It's okay to love yourself, but you also have to put others before you. Now that she is pregnant, and she gave up on her ridiculous dream wanting to be an actress when she found out that she couldn't, because no one wanted to give her any jobs, and she got a career that actually would help her life. Bernadette hasn't really changed. She's kind of stayed the same since the beginning, so there wasn't really any character development of that, but though she did turn into a mother. You finally do get to see the children, though, in the 23rd episode. You get to see how big they've gotten. Like, they weren't ever really going to show them. They said they weren't, and they finally did. And Bernadette got to come out of her shell. If you watch the last episode, she kind of just self-conscious about how she looks from all the pictures people are taking of her. She says she looks frumpy, and then she ends up looking like how the actress looks normally now. Shorter hair, frizzier, makeup, nicer looking glasses. Wears, clothes for women in their 40s, not women in their 90s or 60s and 80s. Less conservative, I guess you could say. Overall, it was enjoyable. I would have liked to have more self-deprecating humor like Two and a Half Men had for its final. Or I would have liked all the characters to be slapping Sheldon like they had some kind of slap bet thing like How I Met Your Mother had. That would have been funny. But just because I don't like the actor. Because, his selfishness. And, the other actors, they probably putting up a nice front. But, you're giving up $22 million a year for 6 months' work. Because he doesn't want to do it anymore. Like I said, overall, it was a decent enough ending. Wasn't anything great. The standouts were definitely Sheldon finally admitting that he's not the center of the universe and, him getting slapped. What do you think of the ending? Comment down below and have a good one.